everybody, I'm Lorii Abela, your Asian matchmaker and soulmate expert. Welcome to tonight's episode of Matchmaker Secrets, where we talk about love, dating, and relationships, and of course, matchmaking. So, I belong to a lot of Facebook groups, and a lot of them are related to dating and relationships and singles out there. And of course, I also belong to groups wherein it's composed of different coaches and anybody in the dating industry. And it's interesting because sometimes some people who are also coaches need to be coached. And so sometimes I see some information over there wherein some coaches themselves are having some struggles as far as their relationship is concerned. I just want to read a particular post from one person who's actually a coach herself and was wondering how she can navigate through her challenges. And let me read it to you so that I share to you whatever I have told her as far as my response is, because I just want to help other people in order to be able to find ways in order to figure out things. And so this is what she said. I find myself with an interesting conundrum and would very much appreciate the insights from the men and women of this community. This is in Facebook community. My beau and I recently celebrated 5 years together, and I am distressed by the facts that number one, we are not married or engaged. And number two, I don't see that he has a solid plan in this regard. He has said he wants us to be married, and I have been very clear that I will not live with him unless we are in that type of committed relationship, which he agrees with and says he also wants. But. It's B-U-T. That's all capitalized. We both want to leave Los Angeles and have been house hunting for the past 10 months. First, he said I had to agree to move to the Midwest with him, which is his hometown, before he would ask me to marry him. I agreed. Then he said we had to find the right house for us, and the search has been going on for almost a year. Then he added another caveat, which I have blocked from my memory because all I could think was he is going to continue to come up with conditions. I wonder is he going to wait until we're about to sign ownership papers or a lease for the two of us before he asks me? And what if we don't find a house that works for us in Los Angeles or his hometown? Are we done with the relationship? So obviously there are a lot of doubts going on over here. So this is what she said as her inside talk. She said this feels backwards, and I don't see how I'm supposed to commit to cohabitation by signing something if he has not committed to our life together with a question and a ring promise. It seems to me to make more sense to commit to each other and our future first with the ask and answer. Then figure out where we will live. As it is now, it seems like he has made our future very conditional, and I'm not okay with this. He denies that our future is conditional, but I am seeing him doing a lot of serious window shopping with no real plans or promises. I began making contingency plans. If we don't have this sorted out by August, then I'm moving out of Los Angeles on my own and have begun taking steps in that direction. I have not shared this with him because I don't want to be giving ultimatums or forcing his hand. Plus, where's the romance if a guy feels pressure to propose and the girl has demanded it? Or else, especially if he may been dreaming of proposing someday and wants to do it right. I wouldn't want to take that away from him. I should add that he is in his early 60s, not been married yet, and was not in a long-term relationship for many years before me. I'm also older, but have been in 2 serious, almost married long-term relationships. Any thoughts, insights, wisdom, experiences you have to share will be most welcome. Thank you. So I responded and I said to her, like, here are my 2 cents, being a dating coach, NLP practitioner, and a matchmaker. So the first question that I asked is like, why do you want to marry him? Like, this woman probably need to assess, like, what's the reason. She has to reflect, like, why does she even want to marry? Are they based on love, companionship, shared values, or social expectations? It will really help, to understand your true motivations, because that is very essential. And it's interesting, like, because this is not, an advice going just for specifically for this person. It can go to anybody else who's watching us, because come to think about it, you have to figure out, why do you want to marry? Are you actually, just interested with companionship, or like, you don't care about the rest of the stuff, you just want to have somebody, for the love of love? And is it because, like, that's the norm for your particular age? Maybe, like, you're not one of those younger generations who just wants to have a relationship and never even get married. But this woman is probably at a certain age wherein the guy is already 60, so she is probably like a little older than that. And so maybe that's the expectation, and that's what the culture has asked her. And the next thing that I asked her is, where else in his life, this guy's life, does he have indecisions? Because obviously he cannot make a decision whatever he wants. He wants to look for a house, but he has been searching for many, many months. And then another thing is that he cannot make a decision in order to be able to be asking her for her hand in order to be married. This reflects in all areas of his life. So how do you do anything is how you do everything. So if he is struggling in committing to a relationship, the lady has to actually find out what other aspects of his life is being affected, and that can actually affect her life as well if they decide to commit to each other. And it's up to you if you want to have somebody like that in your life, and you have to make this decision. Because, like, if it's annoying you now, it will be annoying you much more once you get married. And imagine if once you get married, that's going to be forever an issue, and then you probably just have an argument. So why continue something which will start with that? But obviously, like, maybe she will say, like, we can do communication, but obviously this guy is lacking that skill of communication. Maybe I can even say, like, they go to a couples therapy so that they can have much more better communication skills, that they can equip themselves so that they can have better interaction. I also told her that right now, she thinks that the integrity of this person is not something that she can trust. So lack of trust in his integrity is a significant concern. She has to identify which other areas, the same thing, which other areas he is lacking integrity. So, trust is very basic as far as the foundation of relationship is concerned. So that's, love and trust altogether, they're very basic in any relationship. And how do you see yourself being in a long-term relationship wherein there is no trust, and then you are actually always worried about, security? And it cannot be achieved if you have a lot of doubt in your mind. And the next question that I asked her is, like, what are his past patterns? Obviously, it was not mentioned over here. The only thing that she said is that this guy never had a long-term relationship. There can be a reason behind that. We don't know. So that's the reason why I asked her, like, those kind of traumas that he could have had probably started when 0 to 7 years old. We don't know. Maybe, there was an abandonment issue when he was young. It can be one factor that, is stopping him from being in a serious relationship, because he's sabotaging the relationship even before it happens. And that's the reason why he's making a lot of excuses. We also have to find out, like, is he willing to overcome those traumas, because like if not, then the same thing, it's going to be continuing discussion and argument. And obviously compassion and empathy are crucial in order to make things happen. If he's actually willing to make things improve for the betterment of his well-being, so he can move past all of these traumas. I also stated that after 5 years of being together, he already knows that she's not the type who's going to give ultimatums. So I said that, it's very important that they both know each other, where they stand, and they have to be clear if she's going to give ultimatum. So you don't have to be scared of giving ultimatum, because you'll never know, maybe it's just you who's being stopped from giving ultimatum. Maybe the guy is, already decided you're really the person for him, but you're scared of giving ultimatum. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to give a shock to a person, like give an ultimatum. I have seen some relationships work with an ultimatum, but obviously you have to be firm and do not be attached with the outcome, because no matter what, you'll never know where it's going to be. And wake-up call is always interesting in order to make things happen. I was saying that, a person who's committed to you, if this guy is committed to this woman, then it means that even though she gives an ultimatum, he already knows that she is the girl for him. And obviously, he probably might even find it cute that she's giving ultimatum. If the ultimatum actually worked and then he got encouraged to have an engagement and be in a marriage, then that's a positive outcome. But if not, you have to realize you also gain some points over there, because it means that you have actually get out of a relationship with a guy who's not emotionally ready. So you're saving yourself from further disaster. The last thing that I told her is 5 years is long enough, that she has, given her time. Obviously, what she needs is to prioritize her own well-being and herself. So time is valuable, you cannot recover it, so just have to analyze things. If you are, doubtful of any relationship you have, you have to reflect, is this the type of relationship that I really would like to invest in? Will there be something which is going to be happening later on? Because if you're pro-marriage and then you think the guy is a little hesitant, or even the girl can be hesitant, sometimes it's also the girl who is wishy-washy about things. So think it over, because life is precious. We don't have the time, the luxury of time, to be recovering all the things or the time that we have lost. So just make sure that you are analyzing things and making things happen as far as what you want. And as I was saying, always don't be attached to the outcome, because you'll never know, if you insist and insist, then maybe that's not really for you, and then you'll just end up in a mess if you are actually making or causing an outcome for what you think is right. But maybe there's a reason why these things are happening to her. You'll never know. Maybe there's a much more better person for her. But obviously, I don't have all the details. But I just gave her the gist of the information that will actually help her make a decision in her indecision. The guy is also having his own indecisions. If you are a person who is single and wondering how to navigate love, dating, and relationships, give us a holler so we can have you over here. And if you are an expert on love, dating, and relationships, we would like to also invite you over here so you can share to the community. And obviously, if you have been in a relationship for a long time, maybe there's a reason why you have been successful in your relationship, might as well share to those young people who are still struggling in navigating love. So I see you again sometime soon, and bye-bye for now. Till next time.